Okay, wow. I think it's safe to say that all of us were not prepared for Ariana Grande's song Ghostin' to be solely about Mac Miller, but that's what happened and people are losing it. Plus, because a new album isn't enough, Ari also went ahead and dropped a video for her song Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored. On top of that, we must discuss the fact that while Ari is riding the high of this new album, she's also super upset with a Grammys producer for lying and saying she's not performing because she couldn't, quote, pull it together. If you couldn't tell, we're talking all things Ariana Grande because why would we not? So stay tuned. How's it going, guys? I'm Madison Hill. When my eyes popped open at 5 a.m. this morning, I was not prepared for all the greatness Ariana was about to serve us. From her singing about Mac Miller on the Thank You Next album, to her dropping a new video, plus her standing up for herself against the Grammys. We have so much to talk about, Arianators, so let's get into it. First up, let's just talk about the thing that is on all of our minds, Ari's new album, Thank You Next. While I know some of you were still bopping to Sweetener, I've gotta say, this album is so freaking good, and pretty much everyone on the internet thinks so too. Saying things like, all these songs make me feel like a bad bitch. And Sweetener was cute, but Thank You Next is what I needed. And finally, thank you, Ariana, for your new album, Thank You Next. It's like a poetical mirror you can speculate on. I'll be always grateful and take this music throughout my days. Love you. Could not have said it better myself. Now, while I clearly loved the whole album, I've got to say Ghostin' obviously stood out from the rest. We had a feeling this one was going to be emotional because Ari previously gave us little info about the song. She said it's about feeling badly for the person you're with because you love somebody else. Feeling badly because he can tell he can't compare and how I should be ghosting him. After hearing that, we had a feeling this song was gonna have to do with Mac Miller and Pete Davidson, but I don't think we were all prepared for how emotional it was going to be, or the fact it would be reminiscent of one of Mac's songs. Arianators were an emotional mess, saying things like, when I realized Ghostin' is about Mac Miller and has a similar instrumental to a song 2009. And Ghostin' really hits you differently than all the other songs. It's about Mac Miller and it's really deep. Also, by far her most personal song, but I'm glad she decided to share this side with us all. Finally, this whole time I really thought Ghostin' was going to be about ghosting people, but it's really about Mac Miller. I think it's safe to say we will all be listening to that song on repeat this weekend with a box of tissues close by. Moving on, let's talk about the fact Ariana didn't just give us an album, she also gave us a new music video for her song Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored. Prior to the song actually coming out, many people thought this would be Ariana's diss track to Big Sean and his girlfriend. However, I've gotta say, after watching the video, I didn't quite get that at all. Instead, we see Ari lusting after Riverdale star Charles Melton and competing against his girlfriend, played by Ariel Yasmin. However, at the end, it looks like Ari might just be as interested in Charles as she is Ariel. Wouldn't be the first time Ariana has caused everyone's eyes to pop from kissing a girl. We all remember this picture she posted on her Instagram shortly after her split from Pete. Ariana, keep doing you, girl. You go, girl! Even though I could probably talk about Ariana's new album all day, I've got to fill you in on the latest update with Ariana and the Grammys. As I told you all earlier this week, Ariana decided to pull out of performing after one of the show's producers insisted that she not perform Seven Rings. Eventually, he said she could perform it as part of a medley, but he insisted on choosing Ari's second song. She still wasn't pleased with that, so she said, thank you, next. Shortly after that news broke, the show's producer did an interview with the Associated Press that Ari backed out of the Grammys because she, quote, felt it was too late for her to pull something together. TMZ reports that once Ariana found out, she was, quote, enraged because she did try to compromise with the Grammys. Personally, I think it's clear the producer is lying and trying to cover his you-know-what, and Ariana is clearly not here for it. This guy obviously knows he screwed up. Not only is Ariana killing it right now, but she just dropped this new album and it's already a hit. The Grammys had the opportunity to be Ari's first performance since it dropped, and they completely missed the chance because some guy didn't want her to perform a piece of 7 Rings. Such a big loss for the Grammys, but I said it earlier this week, and I'll say it again. I seriously respect Ariana for not letting the Grammys dictate what she performs. She clearly doesn't need that award show to help her in her success, and this new album proves that. Alright you guys, I am ready to hear all your thoughts on all things Ariana. What did you think of her new album? Also, were you emotionally prepared for Ghostin? Did you expect it to be so much about Mac Miller? What did you think of her video for Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored? And finally, thoughts on this Grammys producer being a straight up liar. Are you happy Ari walked out on the Grammys? Talk it out down there in the comments. For more on Ariana, check out our video on her reaction to Pete Davidson and Kate Beckinsale's relationship. And for more entertainment news, subscribe to Hollyscoop now.